I think the STEM sciences are incredibly important as regards to formal education, and certainly as students lead up to becoming more sophisticated. I struggle to believe that someone in their freshman year can think as critically as someone who becomes older. There's a massive build of knowledge and sophistication that occurs in your 4 years of high school. So I think the STEM sciences are very, very good grounding in formal education. You've got facts, you've got truth, the right and wrong. But then there's a massive role for the humanities and for quality education, so encompass all the sciences, all the humanities. We're saying that the US does really well because you take 4, 5, 6 classes at different one each year, and you can progress through all of them. And so I think the humanities are great at encouraging critical thinking, a degree of culture. People really need to learn about their history, need to learn about their literature, need to learn their languages. And I think it's a shame when people become hyper specialised at an early age. I think that's one good criticism of the UK system, is they become very hyper specialised. That's a very good question. In the last 2 years of the UK education system, you take your A-levels, which means that you study 2, 3 or 4 very specific subjects, so your biology, your chemistry, your math, as well as your politics, philosophy, sociology, music, for 2 years. And that's completely different to the US, where you're taking 5 or 6 classes, which are all completely different to one another. And so that's really the big difference. The US has sort of got a more broadly spaced spectrum of classes throughout the 4 years, whereas in the UK, for your GCSEs, which you do in your freshman or sophomore year that comes to the UK, you do more like 8 or 9 different subjects, and then you super specialise in your last 2 years to do 1, 2, 3 or 4, really, really specific. So I think the US encourages more of a broad education overall.
Yeah.
Well, education, I truly believe that you've got to learn stuff for yourself a lot of the time. I've always been massively into history, and the history that I learned when I was younger was not the history the teachers at school taught me. It's stuff I've got to learn myself. When it comes to politics, it's stuff I've learnt myself. When it comes to philosophy, stuff I've learnt myself. And there's obviously a really, really important role for school and class with your formal education. But I believe that the level of education is absolutely equal to everyone. You just got to go out and get it for yourself.